let me preface this by saying I've already voted. I did early voting. I voted in person. I've already voted.
Make sure y'all put that in the sound clip.
Already voted. I'm done. I've already voted. And so I want to preface that, you know. Yeah. But why is it that we can't even have? You gotta say these things.
This whole conversation, we both been doing it. Like, look, if they cancel us because of this live stream, let the record show we tried.
Yeah,
we tried.
I've already voted, you know, but in this process of this election season, I've been wanting to ask and just engage in a conversation with people around whether we should. We're gonna unpack this. Yeah, we're gonna unpack this, but when I say whether we should, it's more of a consideration of what it would mean collectively if we didn't, rather than something about the historical legacy of this country. It's not in that category. Mm-hmm. It's more in the category of consideration of the hypothetical in terms of the things that we've asked for in this country, the things that we have sought to demand, the getting to the root of why of your statement about the Black Lives Matter tagline, mm-hmm. right? One of the reasons that folks may not see me posted as much is similar to that, but a little different in the sense that I don't need to validate my life mattering as a Black person. It has always mattered. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the phrase is actually talking to the wrong audience. I'm not in the position to try to convince anybody else that my life matters. I know it matters. And if you don't, that's your problem that you got to work through on your own. And I feel like we exert so much energy in trying to get groups of individuals to embrace us in the way that we need to be embraced. We should be embraced, rather than claiming and taking our positions mm-hmm. through the means of democracy, through the means of how this country sort of fortifies itself in freedom and democracy and in the actions that we have an opportunity to do every 4 years. But it's such a polarizing topic that we can't even consider the question of what it would look like if collectively we didn't vote. And I want to say something that I categorically disagree with. And I've heard this used. I'm speaking very slowly because I want to make sure my words are articulated exactly how I feel. I've heard this belief and this phrase that has been echoed for as long as I've been alive. It's been echoed probably even way before me. Is this idea that my ancestors died so that I could vote. And because of that, I should be compelled to go out and exercise my right to vote, strictly for the sake of the fact that my ancestors died. That's usually how it's framed. Your ancestors died, get your ass out there and vote because they died.
Right.
My argument is that our ancestors didn't die for us to vote, but died for the right to vote, which is very, very different.
I follow. Yeah.
They died for us to have a choice to choose whether we wanted to participate in democracy or not. It is the actual choice that they lost their lives. And actually, let's rephrase that and don't say died. They were killed.
Killed.
For us to have the choice to even participate. This whole idea about voting and the push for legislation and everything was about just the participation. It's just saying, damn, can we even just come and join y'all in this exercise of democracy if we wanted to? We can't even do that. We're being denied the opportunity to do that. So some more history lessons, right? We talk about the 15th Amendment, right? The 15th Amendment doesn't really, in the language of it, doesn't really necessarily grant us the right to vote. It acknowledges the fact that you cannot discriminate people from voting. It's misunderstood that the 15th Amendment gave us the right to vote. No, it basically highlights the fact that you cannot discriminate based on race, color, and something about servitude. I can't remember the last clause of it. That you can't discriminate people from voting based on those categories.
Yeah.
And then the Voting Rights Act comes in behind that and sets up the legislation that you can then challenge anytime that someone challenges you. So that's, again, but this goes back to research, education, history, like being informed on what these pieces are. And so when I come to understand our history in this country of fighting for these particular rights, to me, I understand the fighting of the rights as being able to actually participate, but not as a mandate. Now, if one chooses to not participate, you also have to deal with the repercussions that come with that. You can't not participate and then complain about the situation that happens in society as a result of a large group of people not participating in this process. So it's well within your right to do so, but you have to accept the consequences that come with not showing up. You got to accept the Trumps of the world and like all of the craziness that comes with that.
Right.